What is up, cheeseheads? It's your head cheese. I'm the Gorgonzola rock and roller, the Havarti heathen, the Parmesan pummeler, the American cheese. Baby, I am your cheese, and I'm coming back to the DeSoto County Fair when GCW presents GCW Rising on February the 11th. And it ain't Nova Rising. It might as well be Cheese Rising, because the last time you saw me, you all went home with some lovely cheesy parting gifts. Whenever I pinned Winstrel, Bentley, the Fifths, shoulders to the mat, counted 1, 2, 3 after that oh-so-sweet DD cheese. But now the big cheesy boy's got a big old red target on its back by a one Mr. King. He's brooding, he's bad, he's angry, he's a juggernaut, he plows through anything in his path, and he's the first guy I've ever been in the ring with that's actually bigger than me, much bigger in fact. But I never stop down from a challenge. I never backpedal. I never look backwards when an opponent gets in that squared circle with the big old cheesy boy. Mr. King, you seem like the type of fella that I'll go into a dark closet and listen to For Whom the Bell Tolls 24 hours straight until you get angry enough and powerful enough to run through everybody and tell them how angry you are and tell them how powerful you are. Well, buddy, if you got a brood on a video, then you ain't that bad. But let me introduce you to a different track. There's nothing wrong with Metallica, but the great Kenny Rogers in 1979 had a track called Coward of the County, and it's simply about a young man by the name of Tommy. Tommy promised his dad on his deathbed that he would turn the other cheek. He would just do his thing. Listen to the track. It's a whole vibe, kids. Tommy said, "Dad, no violence. I'm just going to do my thing. I'm going to be happy. I'm not going to mess with anybody. I'll run from trouble if I can." So they called him the Coward of the County. They called him Old Yella. And there was a gang of about 2 or 3 boys. They're called the Gatlin Boys. They were wreaking havoc in his town, in his county. All over. They were maiming and pillaging and taking, doing whatever they wanted, drinking and cussing up a storm. Till one day, Tommy saw him in a bar and walked towards him. Then when the Gatlin Boys confronted him and they were ready to fight, he turned that other cheek and he walked the other way. And they said, "Hey, look, Old Yella's leaving." But here's the crux of that song. Here's the most powerful moment of that song. When Tommy walked away, he wasn't actually walking away. He stopped and locked the door. Not a single Gatlin boy was left standing, and everybody was stunned. All those years of holding everything in, being the nice guy, turning the other cheek, being called the Coward of the County, being called Yella. He dug deep and he let out all those years of frustration, and a melee ensued, and he was the only one left standing. Now, King, you may be the equivalent of 2 to 3 men, and you may be able to maim and pillage and drink and cuss up a storm and do whatever you want and think that you're just going to be this juggernaut that nobody's going to stop and everybody's just going to bow down to. Well, the big cheesy boy don't bow down to anybody. And I'm going to tell you one thing, at the county fair, at GCW Rising, at Cheese Rising, don't push me to the point where I have to stop and lock the door. Because it won't be so great for you. I'm used to doing my thing, turning the other cheek, having fun. But if you push me, I'll stop and I'll lock the door. Hey, see you there at GCW Rising, February the 11th, Generation Championship Wrestling, one big cheesy boy. Love you.